Hello, it's Deborah from the attic, and today I just want to share a quick slice of French life in spring with you. It's an absolutely beautiful day. The lime tree in front of the house has got some leaves on and it provides this wonderful dappled shade, which is very welcome on a hot day like we have today. There's little Buster. Wonder if I'm going to play with him. Oh dear, I shouldn't have said that, the P word. The garden is beginning to burst into life. Everything is that beautiful fresh lime green of spring. It feels as if we've moved from winter into summer in 1 month. March seems to have been spring because now the days are hot, the nights are still a bit cool, but it's turning into a really interesting time to see what happens in the garden. You might remember me talking about a storm we had in January that had a massive impact on us. It moved our satellite dish, so we had no TV. It knocked out our internet. It brought down a tree. Luckily, the tree fell away from the house rather than towards the house, otherwise it would have damaged our vehicle as well as the property. And so a couple of weeks ago, I had some 2 tree surgeons in who came and chopped down the branches, the lower branches of the trees, and they took away a tree at the bottom of the garden that was dangerous, so they chopped that down, and there's a fantastic log pile now. And so the garden feels safe. The trees have had lots of attention. Buster and I have settled into a routine. So we don't lie in bed late in the mornings. We're up early, we're doing things, we're playing games, we're chasing for lizards, we're doing gardening or home decorating, painting walls or baking or cooking or cycling to the shops. Buster doesn't cycle, I cycle. Buster's rubbish at cycling. And so we find plenty to occupy ourselves during the day while we wait for the new French lockdown to finish and hopefully international travel to be allowed so that my partner can return. Moving indoors from the garden for just a moment, I thought you'd be interested to see my new studio setup. So this is the new studio, complete with dog. I have an ensuite dog. Hello, Bust. What are you doing, darling? Having a yawn. What a loud dog. Buster helps me with my craft things. He advises me. So this is the 3rd version of this space. I've moved the desks and the storage units around so many times, but I think now finally I've got something that works. This desk here is where I expect I will do sewing, because apart from making journals and doing paper crafts, I also like quilting. I've made several quilts and I want to make more for this house once I'm inspired by the garden and everything. This is my filming desk. I needed it to be near the window because I have to rely on natural light. The house is going to be rewired late summer, I hope. We've had an electrician in that we're very happy with, but he's a very busy boy, so he can't get to us until later on in the year. And at the moment there's only 1 socket in this room to work with, so that was a real issue in the winter when I only had 1 socket for either heating or filming. But I think I've resolved those difficulties now, as long as we're all okay with natural light. The camera setup has changed as well, because I had real difficulties in working out how to use my tripod. I couldn't get the 3 legs close enough to the desk to actually lean over the area where I worked, until I watched a video about the best way to use this tripod. Isn't YouTube great? You can learn anything on YouTube. And I discovered that I can use 2 short legs and 1 long leg, and that will give me a really stable way of holding my camera immediately over my work area. This is a project I'm working on at the moment for my own interest. I found that it's been quite difficult to switch from having to do practical administrative type things to deal with moving to France and getting the house organised and getting workmen in to do things in the house that we've needed and in the garden too. So all of that has kind of blocked my creative process. And so to get myself back into the swing of that, I've gone back to a project I actually started before I left the UK. I started this last summer, and I want to sew this rather beautiful butterfly. And I've used it as a basis for my design to show me the colours and the way that the colours merge into each other. I've transferred my design to a piece of fabric. I've identified the colours that I want to use. I've got another hoop here to practice the colour mixing. I have done embroideries in the past, but these have been from other people's designs, and I'm quite keen now to develop my own design. After so many attempts to get this room right, I'm really pleased with it now. It works for me personally. It's a place I feel really comfortable. It's a place I want to work. And also, in order to make videos to share crafting projects with you in future, I think this is something that is going to work as well. I know that some of you have asked me to film further afield and show you some of the beautiful villages and scenery in this area of the Dordogne. That will happen in the future when I have a car. At the moment, I don't have transport. Because of the various travel bans and restrictions on travel between France and the UK, we were not able to bring my car over from the UK. At the moment, I have my bike and I use that to go shopping in the local villages. But I'm looking forward to the time when I will have transport and I can go further afield and take you with me. I'll leave you with the beautiful wisteria that's just beginning to come into flower. The scent in a couple of weeks' time is going to be absolutely glorious. So until we meet again, stay safe and take care.